Wendy Williams discusses Kevin Hunter and Sharina's attempt to sue her. No good deed goes unpunished, and Kevin Hunter is the living proof of this. It's now reported that he will no longer be receiving even a cent from his ex-wife, Wendy Williams. Everybody knows that Wendy has not been in her best shape lately, and it looks like Kevin will be doing much worse. Apparently, Wendy can no longer afford to pay alimony to him, and now he is broke. Since August, Wendy has been in rehab for 2 months to manage her alcohol abuse. She's been involved in several public incidents involving alcohol, which became a major concern among her close friends, family, and fans. According to her friends, Wendy was unstoppable with her drinking while she was in New York, and they just allowed her. However, it got worse, and it came to the point where she had to be sent to the hospital and undergo a psychiatric evaluation. People in her circle could not do anything but pray and hope that she would get better. Wendy's brother Tommy has shared in an interview that Wendy's now better, but he could not give any details yet about her recovery journey. He also added that their mother's first death anniversary had taken a toll on Wendy's emotional well-being. I really do believe and have the faith that Wendy's going to make it. It's not an easy fight. It's not one that individuals always win. It's not easy. She's doing well. She's stable, and I've spoken with her. She's hanging in there. We're praying. She's fighting. While Wendy was in treatment and fighting the COVID-19 infection, Kevin was talking big about his good health. He took the opportunity to throw shade at her by posting a photo on Instagram with a caption that reflected this attitude. B-Day vibes all week, so thankful to the Most High God for all blessings. I try to tell him, health is wealth, not money. God said they'll learn, have a blessed day. Although Kevin didn't name Wendy specifically, it was clear that his message was directed at her and her condition. Many people in the comment section expressed their disappointment over Kevin's insensitive post. One user commented, "This caption is tack, sick AF. Just remember karma don't miss no one, sweetie. Believe that." Another comment said, "Chilly, if it wasn't for Wendy, him, his mistress, and their illegitimate child would be homeless." One user added, "Happy birthday, Kevin, but don't do that. Wendy genuinely loved you for you. Wish her the best because karma don't miss nobody." Kevin's disrespectful actions toward Wendy eventually resulted in negative consequences for him. Following their divorce, Wendy was responsible for paying alimony to Kevin. In an interview with Behind the Scenes Beauty Vlog, she discussed on a beauty vlog how she budgeted to take care of her family, home, and her parents while also making sure to set aside money for those alimony payments. "I pay alimony, you know. This Me Too movement, if girls want to be equal, it's got to be all across the board, girls. I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day." Kevin is now in a financially difficult situation due to the fact that the alimony payments he was receiving from Wendy have stopped, and he's requesting that they continue. Kevin claimed that Wendy's alimony payments suddenly stopped in February 2022. He's asking the court to order Wendy's guardian to continue making the payments as outlined in their divorce agreement. Many people find it audacious of Kevin to now be requesting money from Wendy after how he treated her during her difficult times. He's now requesting that the alimony payments continue. In the court filing, he stated that he relies entirely on the payments outlined in their divorce agreement, saying, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the homeowner association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the homeowners association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow. My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement." He also added that the lack of the monthly alimony payments that were promised to him as part of the divorce settlement in 2019 has left him unable to afford health insurance, especially now that he requires surgery on his hip. "The fact that I'm unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely emergent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living." Kevin argued that he was not given any explanation as to why the payments were stopped. It seems that he did not fully understand the terms of the divorce settlement, which stated that in the event of Wendy's show being suspended or canceled, the payments would stop. If for any reason plaintiff's contract with Talk WW is not renewed and/or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, and plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, Defendant understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification. Wendy's attorney stated in the filing that on October 15, 2021, Wendy was informed that her contract was being suspended and that she would not receive any compensation. Wendy's attorney also added that she does not have any other television shows that are currently airing or paying her income, let alone an equivalent salary. On October 15, 2021, plaintiff was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to plaintiff for the duration of plaintiff disability and incapacity. On top of all this, it was reported that Wells Fargo Bank froze Wendy's accounts in January 2022 due to concerns that Wendy was not in the right state of mind and the bank suspected financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Wendy commented on the incident and stated that it was just crazy.
That I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair.
Lori Schiller was Wendy's financial advisor at the time. Where would Kevin expect Wendy to get the money he's requesting? It appears that she's currently facing financial difficulties herself. Kevin should consider finding a job or another source of income. Also, if Wendy's already struggling to financially support her son, it's unlikely that she'll be able to provide money for Kevin. Kevin Jr. was reportedly evicted from his $2 million Miami apartment and is facing a lawsuit for $70,000 in unpaid rent that Wendy's allegedly unable to pay due to her own medical and legal issues. It's reported that the eviction suit was filed in August and it includes the lease agreement of Kevin Jr., which shows that Wendy paid a security deposit, additional fees, and a full year of rent in advance, which totals more than $100,000. In court, Kevin Jr. explained that due to his mother's health issues, all the financial support he received from her, including his housing, stopped. He also mentioned that he's a full-time student, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, he took a year out of school to look after Wendy. He told the court that the situation happened so fast and he didn't anticipate things would end up like this. Despite the fact that Kevin is aware of his own son's financial difficulties, he still has the nerve to demand money from Wendy. He has not thought about helping out his son or prioritizing his needs before his own. What's wild is that there is a conspiracy theory that suggests that Wendy may have planned everything to avoid paying Kevin. Given her character, it would not be surprising if this were true. Wendy seems unlikely to give Kevin any more money, and it remains to be seen if he can find a way to pay his own bills. No one really knows what Kevin will do this time to get money from Wendy. People on Twitter were now claiming that Kevin's karma had finally caught up with him. He's been milking Wendy for years now, and after all he did to her, he still dared to demand money from her. One person tweeted, "That man tried to break Wendy Williams. Now that the checks is no longer coming in on a monthly basis, now he's broke. Obviously, he didn't budget it for the long term." Another person wrote, "Sounds like yardage tome, HOA approved of course. Start with all those dope boy gold chains and watches you bought with WW's money. Then clean out Sharina's closet. She probably can't fit them since the baby. Then get a job." One user tweeted, "If no money is coming in, what does he expect the courts to do? Here's a crazy idea. Get a job. Let Wendy heal and leave her alone." The rest of the comments urged Kevin to get a job. He was used to an expensive lifestyle, and now that no one is supporting him, he should think about getting a job or writing a book. What do you think of Kevin's dependence on Wendy? You think that it's just fair that he's not getting any money from Wendy? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for more videos. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.